Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we are going to be talking about how Tory Lanez has officially been charged for the assault in the Meg the Stallion situation. Now, this has been an ongoing thing. This happened a few months ago, and a lot of people have been sending in things to the district attorney's office, sending in, Meg's live and sending in some of the stuff that has been going on to try to get charges brought about Tory. Now, it looks like they have officially charged him and he is due in court, I believe, next week or something like that. So we're going to read through this TMZ report, see what they talking about, see what they saying, and then I'm going to open up the floor for some of you guys to chime in on what you think about it. Let me put the StreamYard link in the chat, and then we're going to read through this article. But while I'm getting the StreamYard link, y'all know how we do over here on neekatnight.com. Y'all need to let me know where everybody is tuning in from. Where are my night owls viewing this from? Where are we tuning in from and all of that? Let's get that going. Cities and states on the map. And then we are going to get into this article. So let me get into this article and read to y'all what it says about Tory Lanez officially being charged for the shooting. Now, just because he's charged just means that there's an allegation and there's a case, doesn't mean that he's actually going to be found guilty of it. So we shall see how the cookie crumbles when he gets his day in court. We'll see if he has evidence to prove his innocence, and we'll see if Meg the Stallion has evidence to prove that he's actually guilty. Now, let me put the StreamYard link one more time right quick. And then once I read through the report, then I will allow you guys to come on and share your thoughts. So, but in the meantime, you can be, clicking on so that you can already be in the queue and be next to speak. So it says Tory Lanez, a felony assault charge in Meg the Stallion shooting. It says Tory Lanez has been charged in connection with the shooting involving Meg the Stallion. Just weeks after the singer released an album claiming his innocence, the LA County's district attorney's office hit him with one count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and one count of carrying a loaded unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The DA also alleges Tory inflicted great bodily injury. If convicted, the rapper/singer faces up to 22 years and 8 months in prison. Y'all know they always gas these years up. They be saying facing 59 million years, and then when it's all said and done, the people be having like a few months. Anyways, so it says, as we reported, the prosecutor has said they were mulling over a charge of felony assault with a firearm against Tory after Megan says she was shot back in July. Remember, Tory had been arrested, but only charged with possession of a firearm. Prosecutors are now explicitly pointing the finger at Tory as the man who pulled the trigger, leaving Meg with the gruesome foot injury. It took Meg some time before she went public and accused Tory by name as the person who shot her. She didn't mince words, saying that, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me, and you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying, and stuff like that. It says, as we reported, sources connected to Tory say they were mitigating circumstances, and based on what we know, we believe Tory's going to say it was an accidental shooting, which, I mean, it's still very plausible that it could have been. And that's what I think. I believe. I don't know. I mean, again, I wasn't there, but I believe that it could have been an accidental shooting, which is what he probably will say. Anyways, it says Megan didn't help, but that doesn't explain how the gun got out. It's a lot of questions as to how the gun got out, how it got pointed, all that. But anyways, Megan didn't help the DA's efforts with a social media caption, which has since been deleted, that said she had her back to the SUV when she was shot in the heel. That might indicate she didn't see it with her own eyes when Tory allegedly pulled the trigger. You'll recall video of the incident showed cops pulling over the SUV in the Hollywood Hills with Tory lying face down on the pavement and Meg gingerly tiptoeing, leaving bloody footprints with each painful step. We broke the story. Megan's injury to her foot was so bad she had to go into the operating room to remove the bullet fragments from her feet. So that is the report, and it says, like again I said, that he is charged in the shooting of Meg the Stallion. And I want to know what you guys think about it. Again, I wasn't there. I mean, it's he say she say. At this point, he say he's innocent, she say he's guilty, she say he did it intentionally. And it's a lot of holes that are left in the story. From when I first heard it, I sound like for her to get in the car with him, like the only way that somebody's going to shoot me and I get in the car with them is if I know that it wasn't on purpose that they shot me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was an accident, something accidentally happened, and you get back in the car. Now, for her to get back in the car, if he intentionally shot her, that would raise the questions. Otherwise, it could have been intentional, it could have been accidental. I don't know what it was, but I believe that we will see more facts when he goes to court, and when this plays out, we'll get, I think more witness statements will be leaked. We'll see whatever his lawyer is alleging as far as his innocence and what they're saying, or and then we'll also see what Meg team has, and we'll get the pieces missing. I'm sure Kelsey at that point will be subpoenaed in to speak, and I believe that once this plays out in court, we will get more information as far as the shooting. Hello. Hey, Desar.
Oh, are you there?
Yeah, hi, what are your thoughts?
Actually, my thoughts are I believe Megan is lying and she's just was upset because of the situation that happened during the swimming pool situation. And I don't think that's near close to what he did. I mean, I believe that maybe the gun maybe accidentally went off and she just was so already upset and she used that opportunity to accuse him.
So you're saying that you think that because she was mad about Kylie,
Exactly.
she wanted to point the finger at Tory. But I mean, a gun did get pulled out at some point because she was shot.
Right.
So something did happen,
Well, yeah,
you
obviously
know.
something happened, but it was
Yeah.
actually the bodyguard's gun. It wasn't Tori's gun.
So
That
why did
wasn't
Tory
Tori.
get charged with having it?
I because Megan wanted to use that to her advantage because she was already
But at the
upset.
time, she didn't say that it was. She didn't give a statement to the cops at that time.
No, she didn't give a statement because she didn't have her story correct. She didn't have her story already together. So once she started taking time to speak with other people to help, listen, Megan is not that smart. I'm sorry. Megan is not that brilliant. She relies on other people to feed her information. So, with that being said, she could not speak until she got with her constituencies and they fed her information and how to present this case. Had she spoken at that moment, yeah, she would have implicated herself and we wouldn't be here right now. But she was smart enough, because this is what her advisors had told her. Don't speak. Let us feed you the information. This is Hollywood. This is how they operate, especially when you're dealing with someone who don't have the brains or the education or knowledge how to maneuver. Excuse me for getting that deep, but
I mean, I don't think that she's not intelligent. I think you kind of going a little bit. You going a
no,
little
I
bit.
know, no.
You going a
If
little
she was,
bit deep.
no, I am going very deep. That's why I said excuse me for going very deep, and I make no apologies for my truth. However, um, Megan had fallen in love with this guy, and because she saw him cheating or paying attention to Kyler, she was upset like hell, and that could be the reason why they left at that time at the time they did. They probably hadn't even planned to leave so early, but they left, and the argument ensued in the vehicle, and Tory had his, there was a bodyguard there with a gun. That wasn't Tory's gun, from what I understand. So
Okay, we're
how
gonna
how you
bring.
gonna how you gonna how you going to blame Tory
Girl, you saying
for?
that with your chest? You beating your chest and everything. Oh, child, we gonna bring Denise in. Denise,
Bring him on, please. Oh my God.
Denise.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, let me know what you think.
Okay. Um, I actually think Tori is innocent. Um, the night of the supposedly shooting, when the police arrested him for having a concealed weapon, once they got that concealed weapon, the police would have noticed that that weapon was hot from being fired. So they would have questioned him at the time of, why is this gun hot? Was
The
it
gun not
used
gonna
in a
stay hot
crime?
like that long. I got a gun. I go to the range and I shoot my gun. It don't stay hot that long.
It wasn't that long when the police pulled up upon them, though, was it?
I don't know how long. I mean, they were. I don't know from when she got shot to how long the police pulled them over. I know that it wasn't that.
Right,
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, yeah. I guess in a sense you're right. It wasn't that long, but a gun is not gonna stay hot like forever. I don't know.
right. Well, we can say that too. Once he got arrested and they took the gun, I'm sure they tested the gun to see if that gun has been used in any other crimes. That's what
Okay.
they usually do. Test the gun, the bullet.
But Meg was shot though.
Okay, but from whose gun though?
So
Evidently
you
it
think it
wasn't
was
from
another
Tory's
gun
gun.
there? You think that it was a whole nother gun that was there?
Maybe the bodyguards. It wasn't her bodyguard, it was his bodyguard.
So you
She
saying
doesn't
that
she
you
doesn't know that
wait, I just want to
she
be
does.
clear. Okay, wait.
Mhm.
So you're saying Tory went to jail because he had a gun on him. So you're saying that a whole different gun is what shot Meg? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Mhm. It
Oh,
could have
okay.
been his bodyguard. She's not sure. She had her back turned. She don't know who shot her. She was walking away. And if someone shot you, why would you get back in the car with that person?
All right. We're gonna bring getting lucky on.
Hey, Neek. Thank you so much for bringing me on. So I'm gonna tell you something. Kelsey gonna be the one that's gonna spill all the tea. She the
Mm-hmm.
one that's gonna tell it, and that's how we gonna really find out the truth. Because I feel like that, Meg's camp and whatnot, and Tory's camp. I mean, they're gonna try to, piece and pull stuff together to try to, you know, clear each other. But Kelsey gonna be the one, I feel like, and I hope so, that brings some light to this whole situation.
What do you
So
think as
I'm
far as the information that we have being that Tory saying he's innocent and Meg saying that he's guilty? What do you think in terms of that?
well, I feel like that. I really can't call it because I want to believe Meg so bad, like I really do, but there's just too many holes in her story. And as we know, alcohol was a big part of the whole thing and stuff like that. So you don't really know what happened. But I can say this. I'm just waiting to see what Kelsey got to say. Because
I believe
that's
they
going to
will
be the
subpoena
one.
her for sure.
They're going to have to subpoena her because she was in the car. Like, I mean, and
Yeah.
I guess her and Meg's not cool no more. So hopefully, she just get up there and tell the truth. And I hope it don't be a whole twist and to be her ass that done shot her. Because
All right, so
that
I'm gonna
would be
pause
some
you for a
stuff.
second. I'm gonna pause you for a second. We have new people just tuning in. So I'm going to read the article again for those of you who are just tuning in. Yes, Tory Lanez has officially been charged with the shooting in the Meg Thee Stallion situation. So it says Tory Lanez has been charged in connection with the shooting involving Megan Thee Stallion. Just weeks after the singer released an album claiming his innocence, the LA County's district attorney's office hit him with 1 count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and 1 count of carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The DA also alleges Tory inflicted great bodily injury. If convicted, the rapper/singer faces up to 22 years and 8 months in prison. As we reported, the prosecutors had said they were mulling over a charge of felony assault with a firearm against Tory after Megan said she was shot back in July. Remember, Tory had been arrested but only charged with possession of a firearm. Prosecutors are now explicitly pointing the finger at Tory as the man who pulled the trigger, leaving Meg with the gruesome foot injury. So I just wanted to read that. For those of you who are just now tuning in, he has actually now been, charged, and he goes to court, I believe, next week. Go ahead, Getting Lucky.
Well, my whole thing is this. So when he got arrested, okay, so the night that it happened and he got arrested, where was all this information at then? Why? Okay, because when you fire a gun, there's residue, like gunpowder residue and stuff like that. They didn't, where was all the research at that point in time? Why now? You see what I'm saying?
I believe that at the scene of the crime. I think at the scene of the crime, Meg admitted in her live that she was not forthcoming with the cops and she didn't tell them that she had got shot. She told them that she was cut by glass. So I don't think that they were initially testing for gunshot residue and testing for all of those things because she didn't admit that there was a shooting. She didn't admit that anything had happened other than, I guess the glass got broken. She cut her foot on it. So I don't think that they were looking for those things.
Well, in case it's dismissed, ma'am, you should have told the truth in the beginning. So now you're trying to go back and backtrack, and now it's a whole nother story. I wouldn't even, if I was the law and stuff like that, I wouldn't even pursue this because you should have said all of this in the beginning. Unfortunately, you was trying to protect him or whatnot. That's your bad. I would say case dismissed, goodbye. You should have, said what happened in there.
All righty, we're going to bring on It's Just Me, Karen. What are your thoughts? Karen? All right, we're going to bring on KD.
Hey, what's up? Good evening, everybody. Hey, Neat.
Hey, what's up?
So I thought all along that Tory did it. Well, at least when Megan said he did it, I believe her. But I think though that I don't even want to say to be fair, but I don't think he shot, pointed the gun at her and busted at her. You know what I mean? I think that it was a mistake for real. You drunk, I don't know if you ever shot guns before, but it's possible to shoot it by mistake, if you're not being careful and if you messing around. So I think
I have two friends who they were in a car and they were in the back seat of the car. And no beef, no nothing. They pulled out and they were showing off the gun. And while they were showing off the gun went off and shot the other one in the shoulder. I mean, in the arm. So I am aware that accidents do happen with guns. And stuff happens. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think that he really did it was his gun. It was, according to both of them, it was 4 people there. And, Kelsey being one of them, the security guard being the other one. So, really all fingers point to Tory. I think it was just a mistake though, to be honest. I think he didn't necessarily mean to shoot her. He might have been the gun was pointed at her. Obviously she got shot in the foot. She wasn't trying to tell on him in the first place.
Dimitri has a question. Dimitri has a question for you and says, how do you by accident shoot someone in the foot?
You can by accident shoot the gun if it's aimed down, and even her pictures didn't show a bullet wound per se. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't get me wrong, like, lock him up, whatever. Like, you can't be playing like that. You claim you love this woman, but you bringing guns around her. Like, you know what I'm saying? So regardless, I think he messed up more than she did, but based off of the situation, and then with her not being forthcoming in the first place, which just means that maybe she wasn't totally innocent. I just feel like, he may have not meant to do it, but he did shoot at her, and that's probably why he can just be like, I didn't do it, I didn't shoot her, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say he didn't pull the trigger, and apparently, like you just told us, he just got indicted on it, or just got charged with the shooting, or what have you. But yeah, I think this all is jumbled up because he didn't necessarily mean to like bust at her, and if he did, she probably would have been hurt worse. You know what I mean? But regardless, you
All
can't
right.
be playing around with guns.
All right, we're gonna bring on Nifa Nee.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, boo.
Girl, I'm gagging. I'm fucking gagging. This is crazy. So, okay, this is how I'm looking at it, right? I feel like it's five sides to the story. It's Megan's side, Kelsey's side, Tory's side, the security side, and the truth. But if you look at the video, Nick, like the first video that TMZ released, you only see Kelsey, Tory, and Megan getting arrested. They on the ground. They showing their hands. Where the fuck did the bodyguard go? Where's the security? Where's the security? Like, nobody even saying nothing about that. I feel like Megan was mad. He was flirting with Kylie in the pool. They all got in the car. They was arguing in the car. That's when Kelsey found out that, oh, bitch, you been fucking Tory too. My bad. I don't mean to cuss. That's just how I talk. Sorry. But, oh, girl, so you been messing with Tory too. So now everybody really like arguing in the car. Mind you, the security guard that Tory had anyways that night previously got arrested for a gun in February. I found that out. I was doing my little research on that. But nobody talk about the security. Nobody talk about that. But anyways, back to when they was in the car. So who is really mad? Mind you, back to the TMZ video, right? The only person who is dressed and got on clothes is Megan. She got on a little cover up. I don't know if it was a cover up or a dress. But
Megan had on a bathing suit, didn't she? I thought she
Yeah,
had
she had a cover up
pull up the
over
video,
the bathing suit.
Pull up the video, Nick.
It was like
It's like a dress little thing. Kelsey was in swimsuit. Tory was in swim shorts. They following Megan to the car. Megan is pissed. She's mad. Bitch, you got me fucked up. He even put that in the song. Sorry about cussing. My bad. But anyways, if you look at the video, Megan's the only one that's dressed. And what I'm saying is she was the maddest one. So who would really reach for a gun? So if they tussling over the gun and accidentally go off, okay, I get Megan was injured, but that was not no bullet wound. I'm not no expert or nothing like that. I don't think, because Megan's story switched up too many times for me, Nick. I can't wait till October 13th to get this shit over with, because she switched up. First it was glass, then you shot me on both my feet. Oh, I'm only going to show a picture on one of my feet because I really didn't get shot. It was just bullet fragments, but I misspoke on my live. That's why so many people not really understanding where Meg is coming from. That's just how I'm feeling. That's all I have to say.
All right, we're going to bring on It's Just Me, Karen. Karen, we still don't hear you. All right, click off and come back in because something going on with your stuff. All right, Deja.
So I gotta agree with with Nifa, right? I feel like this. I feel like Megan's been drinking since her parents died, right? So I feel like that's like her little outlet when she is, partying or whatever. And then I feel like Megan and Kelsey got into it because it came out that Tory was humping on Megan, right? Like the girl said. Then Tory jumps out, his little ass. He always got to be the big man, but he the littlest man out the crew. His ego jumps out before his whole body, and he goes and he's grabbing a gun to prevent anybody from shooting anybody. As he's trying to grab the gun from both her, Megan and Kelsey, the gun went off. Being as though Megan's not going to blame her best friend at the time and say that her best friend shot her. She's not going to say she shot herself. So the only outcast is Tory. You get what I'm saying? So him being a man, he anybody will assume that type of gun only Tory would carry that kind of weapon. You get what I'm saying? And I feel
Well,
like Megan is
she
totally
said her back
embarrassed.
was turned. So you think it was a gun tussle? You said.
I think it was a this is like this is the only logical reason I could think about it. Because listen, Kelsey has not once came out and backed up her best friend, her ex best friend.
Well,
None of
Meg Thee
nobody
Stallion
else.
in her live, she said she ain't fucking with them. So Meg ain't fucking with her. So why would Kelsey take up for Megan when Meg got on live and she said, I don't talk to none of them people. I don't fuck with nobody that was in the car. That's what she said on her first live.
Okay, so we have to ask ourselves, why is Megan publicly denouncing her friends? Unless their friends know the truth. And her friend saying, like, listen, I'm not lying for you. This is serious. I'm not I
Or she
can't.
could have felt, or she could have also felt like her friend didn't have her back. Like if you go somewhere, some shit pop off, and your friend don't have your back, you can be like, bitch, fuck you and fuck that nigga. Like if you in a situation and you go out with some girls and you know what I'm saying, some stuff pop off and they don't have your back, then that's grounds to also say, bitch, you ain't got my back. You ain't here for me. Like that
I can
could
agree.
Megan
also
was
be plausible as
disloyal.
well.
I can agree, but you also have to think, why would okay, you got to look at the environment they were in. Kelsey's been around for a long time, so I'm sure she's been at parties, and I'm sure she helped Megan rumble. You get what I'm saying? I'm sure she had Megan's back, period, no questions asked. That's why she was allowed to be in that environment around Kylie and around all the people with all that money. She didn't have Kelsey there for no reason. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like Tori told us in the music that Megan was fucking him on the low. Like Kelsey did not know, but Kelsey was messing with
I,
Tori
I agree.
first.
I agree.
So that's really why Megan and Kelsey fell out. That was the part of the argument in the car, as well as Megan felt like, Tori, you just tried me. You flirting with Kylie in front of me. We really
I
don't
agree. I
know.
just feel
Like
like
this is what I'm thinking. But it's not, I wasn't there. But that's just how I feel.
this the only logical. That's the
All
only.
right, I'm gonna
The
take you
same way
down, Neef, and I'm gonna bring somebody else up.
the same way she feels is the same way I feel. Like, why else would somebody shoot at Megan Thee Stallion's feet? Like it just does not. He didn't do it on purpose. I feel like a tussle happened, gun went off. Tory was to blame. Period. I
All
don't.
right.
I really believe that he didn't do that on purpose, and she's embarrassed about it.
All right, Jalen the cartoon.
I personally feel like if Megan got shot, they would have get animal service involved.
Who?
Animal service, you know, PETA.
Peter?
Yeah.
Boy, get off of here trolling. JC?
How you doing, Nick? Hello, everybody. This whole situation, it's weird to say because I'm not really I mean, I kind of believe Tory, but I'm not so quick to just say he didn't do nothing without facts and evidence.
I
But I'm
believe
kind
that
of
something happened, but I just
yeah,
it's
it's just not the
plausible.
way it's been said or
It's
presented.
yeah, it's plausible that it just it probably didn't go down like it was presented, but he did something.
Yes, I
Happened.
don't. But thing is, I'm kind of glad this is going to court now because now there's no more subliminals. There's no more digs on lives. Everybody got to go to court, go under oath, and say what actually happened. Now we're gonna really find out. If he shot her, he shot her. I don't care. Go to jail. But I'm being real in my heart when listening to that man rap. Like he was like, he was spitting his soul out to that. Like, sorry, but I had to. All those songs, like, it felt like he's kind of proclaiming his innocence. I'm not saying he is, but I felt it at least. So I'm like, I kind of want to see how this shakes out because something doesn't sound right. And for Meg to be the victim, she's moving like she's the defendant, honestly. She's been covering up herself more than Tory is, and he's the one getting charged for it. So I just want to see what happens because at this point, I'm kind of believe she might have just shot herself, and here we are now. Because the way this story keeps changing, it's better than a soap opera.
Yeah, it's a mess. Somebody said Neek is backtracking now. What am I backtracking about? I've always said I'm waiting on both sides. I'm listening to both sides. I heard Tory's side and I heard her side. And backtracking about what? I've always not known what the fuck happened because I wasn't there. So what am I backtracking about? Like, what?
No, you're just
Anyway,
not taking nobody's side because they said what happened. I mean, personally, if somebody got shot, I mean, I want to believe you, but the way Meg's, doled out this information, it's kind of hard for me to believe you. I'm not saying something didn't happen to you. I don't feel for you, but you kind of making it hard to get behind you if you're not doing what you need to do to protect yourself. And
Yeah, I
then
don't.
with the whole,
I just my whole thing is I just don't like the whole black women are unprotected if
that's where
you're
I was
not.
going next.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
I'm sorry, and I just want to say this right now. I love, respect, and protect my beautiful black women, but this shit guy is going to get real old real fast, and nobody's going to care after a while because the way she just weaponized that black women are so protected thing, and it kind of insulated her from any criticism or just looking at things objectively. That's going to hurt her now because now you have to go into a courtroom, and nobody's going to be emotional about that. And Tory's lawyer's been watching your lives, all these subliminals, all your friends sending these messages to Kelsey that you might actually get charged for, witness tampering if this goes a certain way.
Well,
So it's just
that's
like,
not where I was going with it. What I was saying was how she didn't go to the cops and tell them a statement, but then was saying that black women are unprotected. Like you can't say that black women are unprotected if you are not
not protecting yourself.
protecting herself and other black women. Because if Tory shot her and she doesn't say anything and she doesn't tell the police to get him charged, that's not protecting other black women because you're letting somebody out who is dangerous harm other people. So how can you say they're not protected when you're not protecting yourself and other people? Now, being that he's charged, possibly she's made a statement. So, we can assume that something has happened in that regard. But, I just don't like that narrative being applied to this situation. I just don't think that it applies here.
I even hate the fact that they're trying to bring Breonna Taylor into this, which is sad to me because that's a totally different situation that has nothing to do with this.
At
But
all. Yeah.
I find it really funny that now he's getting charged. Now, mind you, legally, they can press charges up until the day before court, I believe. Legally, they can
Yeah.
do it. But to me, this is what makes me feel like it's kind of a setup because now, like, his team has a week to now, get a defense together for a possible,
Well, I'm sure they've
assault.
been coming up with a defense all along. Like as
Yeah,
soon
I
as he
know.
dropped the album, I'm sure they had whatever defense that they were gonna have. I'm sure that they
As
had
absolutely.
already.
I just
Yeah.
find it funny the timing because now it's like, if you don't have the evidence for that and you're just worried about the gun charge, now it's going to scramble his lawyers to get more, build another case. So I just find that timing a little interesting. That's all.
All righty. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Tiff.
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
All I'm
What's that
yelling
sound in
is
the back?
free Tory, free Tory.
What's that sound in your background?
You hear something in my background?
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like like the suspense in a horror movie. I don't
Oh,
know.
really?
I don't know what that sound is, but go ahead. What you said?
Let me move. Can you hear the same sound now?
What is that sound? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so with this whole situation, the police dropped the ball because in the original article it says that there were shots fired, and Tory and Meg and Kelsey was found, not far from where shots was fired. So if the police had indications that shots had been fired, they found a gun. Why at the scene they did not check the gun to see if the gun was recently fired? Why didn't they check to see if the gun was recently fired once they decided to charge Tory Lanez with possession of a weapon? There has been no reports or anything that came out to state that that specific gun that they pulled that night from Tory had been recently fired, even after Megan had came out and said that somebody had shot her. Why now are they announcing that they're deciding to charge Tory Lanez? What happened to them? Because they could have checked the gun once, because the initial report says that shots was fired, which is why the police was called. So they could have checked the gun to see if the gun had been recently fired. Even after Megan had came out with her statement, the police says that they still hadn't found anything to pursue anything against Tory, and that no witnesses or nobody was cooperating. So why are they trying to put charges on him now? Because they got the gun the same night, and the gun was fired minutes prior to them finding them. So they would have known that that gun was recently fired by testing the gun. Even if it was not hot, there's things that the police can do to test the gun to see if that gun was recently fired. So why now are they trying to charge him with that? That's all I want to say, because it don't make any sense, because they said they didn't have anything. Megan jumped online, and based on her getting online saying that she was shot is what made them look further into the situation, but she never reported it to the police. So, but they knew shots had been fired because that was what the initial report was. Shots was fired. And then they found Megan them a few blocks away from where the shots had initially rang out at. So by them picking up that gun, I would think that they would have tested the gun to see if that gun had recently been fired.
All righty. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
All right. So we're going to try Karen again. Let's see if your stuff working now. Karen, your stuff still not working. All right, Misha.
Hey, Nick. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hey.
My thought is this. We keep talking about what the police saying or have not said they have, what evidence. The police has a long time to build their case.
That's
they
true.
may not have came out right away with their findings because they were building the case. And I also feel like had all those subliminals not being shot from the beginning from Tory's side, that wouldn't have prompted Megan to even do the live. Because she was still being quiet. She was still trying to hold to the lie of glass or she cut her foot or whatever. But when you got
which
camp,
subliminals?
Well, you remember when she did her live, she felt, according to her, she felt like she was forced to do her live because she said she was tired of his camp publicists and whoever else saying, I guess, spinning their narratives of the story.
But they never made a statement.
Right. No, I didn't actually see a statement they made either. I was just going off of what she said that very first live when she, well, not the very first live, but the one where she came out and finally said, nigga, you shot me.
Right. And so I hear where you going with this, and I hear your side. So when she had came out and said, Tory shot her, and she said that the reason why is because his people is going to the blogs. That was after the story came out that she and Kelsey was both messing with Tory at the same time. Now, unless there was the only way that she would know that came directly from Tory is if there was truth in that story, because there was several people who made speculations up from that. So the only one that she reacted to when she named him as the shooter was when the story came out that she and Kelsey was both messing with him. And the only way that she would know that directly came from his camp is if there was some truth to that story. But go ahead.
Oh no, I believe that part. What I'm not saying is, I'm not saying that everybody didn't play a part. Oh, I believe everybody that was in there played a part in what happened to her. But what I'm saying as far as what I was commenting about was far as the timing of the charges, the reason why certain things wasn't said in the beginning. They're not, if the police is going to investigate, they're not going to be forthcoming with whatever details they have in the beginning. They're just going to continue to build to decide if they're going to charge him with anything. That's what makes me feel like somewhere they feel like they have a reason to charge him. I don't think they just charged him because Megan Thee Stallion wanted him charged or because the public wanted him charged, because that ain't even that type of case. It's too much other stuff they focusing on. That wouldn't even be a focus of theirs. I don't think they're charging him just because public feels like they should charge him, because you got people feeling like he shouldn't be and you got people feeling like he shouldn't be. I just feel like they have done some type of investigation that has led them to feel like he shot her, whether it was an accident or not. They feel like he shot her. He pulled the gun out. And to me, you shouldn't even play with guns. If you go to any gun class, any gun range, any professional, they're going to tell you, and when you pull a gun out, your intentions need to be to kill the person you pulled the gun out on. So you don't get the opportunity to pull a gun out on somebody to play with them or to make them feel threatened in any kind of way, and don't feel like, well, my intentions is I wasn't trying to shoot her. I was trying to scare her, or she pissed me off, she made me mad or whatever. You still don't have the right to pull a gun out on somebody. So I just feel like they took their time, they did their investigation, whether They tested the gun for the ballistics to see if it had been fired and all that stuff. That all going to come out in the courtroom. Because I believe they did the investigation because, well, I mean, why would they wait this long to charge him if they hadn't been building the case? Now, do I believe everybody played a part? Yes. Tory and Megan are both known for their, their violent, domestic issues in the past. And it's not far-fetched for me to think that he shot her. Not on purpose. I'm not trying to say that he pulled a gun out, aimed it at her feet, and I'm finna end your career and shot her in the feet. That's not what I'm saying. I feel like he pulled the gun out in the heat of their argument, and he then messed around and pulled that trigger. All on the accident, but that's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because he pulled it out.
All righty. Well, kills you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like that. I don't feel like he shot her. I feel like they probably had the little scrabble what that girl was saying. I don't know her name. I forgot, but I feel like they had that little scrabble, and that gun went off. Because I feel like if a male shot you, you gonna instantly say that the first time. I don't see what you scared of, really. I feel like you gonna say that in the first thing if you really scared for your life. I feel like you gonna say something.
So you think that who you think was tussling with the gun?
Shit, whoever was there, except for Tory. Tory probably is I feel like Tory is the fall guy. Like, it probably, in low key though, it probably could have been Tory tussling with her with the gun. She probably was. She probably. I heard that she be getting so drunk and shit. From her people passing or whatever. Everybody handle their losses differently. So it probably was. They probably was. She probably went off like, and I'm drunk as hell. Y'all fucking with each other, man. I'm finna beat one of y'all ass. I mean, my bad, beat one of y'all. But to some of the sort, that's a normal reaction.
So what do you say to her saying that she was innocent? She said she didn't do anything to warrant anybody to shoot her, and she had no role to play in it, and she was walking away.
Man, of course somebody gonna say that so they won't get, they're gonna cover themselves before they cover anybody else. And stuff like this, like everybody can go to jail. Motherfuckers ain't trying to go to people, not trying to go to jail. And why? Oh yeah, and it's another little thing. Like, did he have gunpowder on him?
I keep hearing that people said that he didn't have gunshot residue, but I haven't seen that reported. I don't know about that.
Right, he ain't even had no residue. They just not charging him. Shit, he should have been charged for that. Long, you feel me? As soon as it happened, oh yeah, somebody fired this gun. You feel me? It went off. One of them should have had residue on them. If the gun went off, the gun don't go off by itself.
All right. So I want somebody who believes that Meg is telling the truth, believes that Tory is innocent. I want to get a other side of opinion. So those of you who believe that Tory is full of crap and that Meg is telling the truth and that, all this stuff, I want to get some of you guys on. I want to get both sides of opinions and not just one side of the opinion. The truth. Hello? All right, Donald Trump. Okay. We're going to try Karen again. Karen? Karen, your device is
Nick.
Okay, now I hear you, girl.
Okay, girl, I don't know what in the world is going on with this thing. I'm about to lose it.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, what I don't understand, the part I don't understand is that the first statement that was made initially was she was going to let the streets handle the streets. So it's understood. I didn't take it as if she was looking out for the black man, protecting the black man because of how he'll be treated by the police. I didn't take that for that. I took it that I'm here the street.
Your phone going in and
You
out.
know, I think she just wanted to be like, you know what I mean? Let the
She
streets
wanted to
handle
be
it.
like, what?
Just leave it alone. Let's let the streets take care of it. Just leave it alone. You know, I think that's what she thought was going to happen, but it wasn't going to go away that easy because it was so high profile the way it happened. Because even that day, like for that morning, everyone knows that in LA, helicopters are flying all the time. It's just common thing. So for her to be videoed and then to have helicopters, you also have high rise buildings and people are going to be videoing with cameras. They've had different vantage points of what happened. And see, the initial report said that shots were fired and then the vehicle sped off from Kylie Jenner's house after the shots were fired.
Well, Meg said that none of it happened at Kylie's house. She said they had already left Kylie's house and they were
Right.
she said they had left Kylie's house and they almost were to her house that she
Right.
had. She said they were 5 minutes away from her place.
Right. And see, that came out next. And that's what has me confused about. It's like, to me, it's so much more. It's like it's so much more to it than what they're saying. However, I think they're making it bigger than it had to have been. Cause let's just say it was just a spat, you know, and he's already said, I got too drunk. I just got too drunk. And you know how people are. They pop off and hot headed. She acting a fool. She ready to go and she put hands on him for whatever reason because you won't let me out this car. I'm trying to get out. Let me out. A gun is pulled. You ain't going nowhere. And you can shake and pop off and all that. And then what if, okay, accidentally, boom, it goes off. So then there it is, all in a nutshell. But because, nobody ever said anything because when you made your very first statement, I was looking at yours and I agreed with you because you were like, Megan, like, you want us to all support you, sis, but we can't support what we don't know. We need more information. Period. It's not that we're blaming you, and we can't get mad at him. Hell, we don't know. They're only showing and saying 3 people were in the car. Now all of a sudden they saying 4 or 5 were in the car.
All righty, I'm gonna go to the next.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. All right, Cece.
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just so confused. Like, it's just one thing after another. Like, first of all, it took him so long to even come out with anything, and then he comes out with an album. And then she hides it for so long until she feels like she's forced to say something. And then the best friend's not saying anything. And then where's the extra person that was in the car? They're not nowhere to be found. Nobody's looking at what they're saying, or like nobody's seeing where that person is. It's just like, what the hell is going on? It just seems like it's just so much and we still don't know anything. And now he's charged. It's like, where did the charges come from? It's been so long. Like, have they like low key been investigating and then now they have something? Like, what is going on? Like, it's just too much. It's too much. It's just too much. Like, at what point is the whole story going to come out?
I believe that we'll get more information with the case. Like, once the case happens and he goes to court, I believe that we'll get more information as the court proceedings happen because his lawyer is going to give a defense. I'm sure TMZ is going to leak it and we're going to hear more as far as what he's claiming, what she's claiming. We're gonna hear more at court, which is next week, I believe.
Yeah, I just feel like everybody played a part. Like everybody had to have played a part because I just feel like at some point Megan has to take responsibility because as a, a public figure, for you to sit here and be like, well, I'm going to come out and tell the truth because y'all keep commenting. Well, girl, you're in the spotlight. Of course we're going to comment. You have fans who's worried about you. Like, what do you think they're going to do? Just sit by and be like, okay, we're just not going to wait. We're just going to wait for Meg, I guess. Oh, okay. We're just going to forget about it because Meg doesn't want to talk about it. No, girl, we're going to ask. And then he's like him with this album. I just feel like the whole album was just disrespectful to her. Like, even if he is trying to prove his innocence, like, bitches and hoes thrown in there, and then he's trying to proclaim his love, also calling her a bitch and a hoe. Like boy, like make up your mind. Do you love her? Do you want her back? Like what is it? And then like the best friend, like I don't know. It's just I just feel like everybody played a part. Like I feel like they might have been arguing. They might have both been trying to. He probably pulled the gun out maybe, and then she tried to be like, try to like maybe grab it. I don't know. But then she said she was walking away. It's just like I just need the court. I just need the court documents because like at this point everybody's lying because nothing makes sense. Nothing.
All right, we're gonna go to It's All Rosie.
Hey, Nick. Hey, Night Owls. Neek,
Hey.
love your content. Such a huge fan. Been following you for a hot minute.
Thank you.
I just
Appreciate
wanted
it.
to keep it really quick. I'm gonna come on and say that, we of course we don't know what happened, and perception is reality. And if people were under the influence, whatever they perceived that night, that's their reality. So we might not know the whole truth, without any type of footage. We can only know what everyone recounts or recollects. But I did want to just have some defense on Megan's side. I can understand her being reserved and not wanting to put people on blast because when you're a victim and you name your accuser or you call people out, sometimes there's blowback, victim shaming. And maybe she didn't want to be the person that brought that negative, energy towards her way. And as far as the bullets or the fragments in her feet, I think that if she had not reported it or said something, that the hospital would have been obligated to notify authorities. Whenever they're removing a bullet from someone or fragments or they have suspicion of something like that, they have to
Well,
notify
what they
authorities.
first said was it was a foreign object. They first said that the first reports from their side was that it was foreign objects removed from her feet. They thought that it was gunshots, but she told them that it wasn't because out of her mouth she said she thought that the doctors was the police as well.
Right. I
So
remember her saying that. But once they remove the items as doctors, I would think that they would know what it is. I'm sure that that's not the first time they removed, fragments.
right, that's true.
So, but I don't know. But that was my 2 cents. I hate how everything is going. I hate how I feel like people turn their back on Megan. I'm not taking any sides. I just want to wait till we hear everything played out before we make up our minds. But that was
All
it.
righty.
Thank you.
All right. Cherish.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, I believe Megan, and I think he busted himself out already. Charlemagne the God gave him Donkey of the Day for saying that it was an accident. He was drunk. Then her ex-friend that was with them that night said she have text messages where he hit her up the next day and was saying that he know Megan's never going to talk to him again. He's sorry and all that. So she would be a big key too if she would not be mad at Megan and go to court. But who knows if she'll do it. But I think he already busted himself out. And then to turn around and make an album saying he didn't do it is even worser because you said you did. Then she was trying to take up for you the first time but then you turn around and switching everything up. He just should have
Your
been.
phone is going in and out. We also don't have confirmation that those texts are real. We got a rumor that he texted her, but it didn't say I apologize because I shot you. And we also don't know if those texts are real either.
Well,
But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
I don't think she showed the text, that other young lady, but if it says his number and all that, she could take it to court. Now, the part about whatever Charlemagne the God seen to give him donkey of the day for saying it was an accident because he was drunk.
Charlemagne was going off of a rumor that the text that there was a text, but we never seen the text. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't see how this case is that hard. It was only 3 people other than Megan. So it's between the girl, she said she didn't do it off top, and the bodyguard and him. So I don't see how this is a big deal. Like, it shouldn't be for them, the police or detectives, all that. It shouldn't be that hard to figure out for them. Maybe us,
Right.
but not them, because it's not, many people, and the gun was pulled. He
All
shouldn't
right.
have did it. And I think she did the right thing. If she walked off, she got tired of arguing. They should have just let her keep walking. Why shoot at her? She's through with it. She's walked off. That was crazy.
All right. I'm going to reply to Miss Trina California. Neek at Night is obviously on Tory's side. Actually, I'm not on no goddamn body's side. I'm on the side of the truth. I'm not just taking Megan's words for facts, and I'm not taking Tory's words for facts. I'm going with the truth, and I'm going with what makes the most sense in my mind. If somebody tells me something that don't make sense, I'm going to be like, that don't make sense, really? And then I'm going to listen to somebody else and they side, and I'm going to go with the truth, Miss Trina. And at this point in time, we don't got the full truth from no goddamn body. So, no, I'm not on Tory's side and I'm not on Meg's side. I'm on the side of the truth, and I'm on the side of what makes sense to my logic. Also, if people are saying that, they've seen text messages and they're saying that, that people are saying stuff, I, as a person who has the platform, I have to correct them if they're saying something incorrect. We didn't see a text message. We don't know if the texts are real. And we don't like some of the stuff that people are saying that Kelsey said, Kelsey never said. So I don't know where you fall in line as far as your comprehension goes, but I'm on the side of truth, and that goes for all across the board. G Gems. Hello. All right, we're gonna go to Hurricane Wayne.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, can you hear me? Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, Meg? Not Meg, but Nick at Night. But yeah, I believe Meg. Some stuff you just got to use common sense. Like, I hear stories, people saying, "Oh, it was a tussle and the gun went off." You got to think, like, how could that scenario play out? Where we in a car sitting down, and I'm tussling with a gun, but I get
Wait,
shot
I'm gonna
twice.
pause you real quick. Somebody said, oh, wait. You got an echo. Somebody said that I've been biased. I'm sorry if me using my common sense seems like bias to you. I'm sorry that I don't automatically just go with what somebody goddamn say, and I choose to reserve my opinion and get both sides. I'm sorry that getting both sides of the story and hearing both people out, I'm sorry that comes off as bias to you. It's weird. It's a weird world that we live in, that the moment that you want to hear her side and also hear his side to get your opinion, hearing both sides come off as that's considered bias these days. Like, anyways, go ahead, Hurricane Wayne.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, when people come up with these scenarios in their minds of what they think might have happened, it seems like they're not thinking it through. Like, how could we be tussling in the car, and a gun goes off and shoots me twice accidentally, once in each heel. Like that's highly improbable. It don't make a whole bunch of sense. But these are kind of stories that people are running with. I think, like she said, she got out the car. He probably was drunk, saying, get in his car, shot her, when the shot in her vicinity. When people, you can get grazed by a bullet, and if you hear a gun go off and you feel pain, you're going to say that person shot me. It's not necessarily that you are trying to twist your words. It's just how you articulate what happened to you. People don't say, oh, I got grazed by a bullet yesterday. No, they say, I got shot. The dude shot me. That's how people talk. Well, that's just, I don't know. I don't see why it's so hard to understand what Meg is saying, or why it seems so mysterious to people. Like, if you think of how things play out, how people interact, and how situations could go down, what she's saying makes sense.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for calling in.
All right, thank you.
All right. But yeah, so that's that on that. That's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. When we get this court date, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what pans out. We're gonna see what evidence both of them have, and we're gonna see how the cookie crumbles. And that's that on that.